The core, the core, the core, the core, bareheaded, saluted, with eyes up, thanking our God, that we of the core are treading, where they of the core have trod. They are here in ghostly assemblage, of the ranks of the core long dead, and our hearts are standing attention, while we wait for their passing tread. The core of today we salute, the core of another day we salute. We follow close order behind you, where you have pointed the way. We salute the long rain of us shines through the years of a century told, and the last one feels to the marrow the grip of your far-off hold. Grip hands with us now, though we see not. Grip hands with the strength in our hearts, as the long line stiffens and straightens with the thrill that your presence imparts. Grip hands, though it be from the shadows, while we swear as you did of yore, or living or dying to honor the core and the core and the core.
Welcome to episode 6 of the 7th Hour Podcast. I'm KJ, your host, and I'm here with some very special gentlemen. We have the nightcaps of the West Point Glee Club at the United States Military Academy at West Point. Guys, I cannot believe you guys are here right now. This is crazy. This whole thing came about because Emily had an idea. We were sitting in our living room and we were just talking about the podcast and who my next guests were going to be. And she's like, you know who you should have on? The nightcaps. Because I think she had just seen you guys do something, or she had just worked with you guys on something or seen something from y'all. And it was a Barbershop tune. And she played it for me. I was like, oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm so stoked to hear you guys doing Barbershop. And she's like, you should have the nightcaps on. And so we made a call and Miss Connie Chase did all the magic and made it happen. And here you are. So thank you guys for taking the time out to come and be a part of this.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Pleasure. No. So what I want to do real quick, because I don't have all of your names memorized, we're just going to go kind of down the line. And for those of you watching, you can't see, but there are actually 2 other stud muffins off camera because they have 8 in total, but we could only fit 6 in this set. So we're going to go around and just kind of introduce yourselves. And if you can just tell me your name, where you're from, like where were you raised before you came to West Point, and have you guys all already gotten your assignments, like where you're going?
Just me and Josh.
Just 2 of you have? Okay, I was going to say, tell us where you're headed, but if you know, let us know. So, all right, let's go. First name. There we go.
So I'm David. I'm moved around a lot as a kid, but I call Sugar Land, Texas my home.
Nice.
And yeah.
All right. And what?
And maybe like your major.
Major. Here we go. So I'm a systems decision sciences major.
Nice.
That's under the systems engineering over at West Point. So
right on.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Awesome.
I'm Armand. I'm from the Chicago area, Naperville, Illinois. I don't think anybody's heard of Naperville. That's where I'm from. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm a first year, a senior at West Point. I branched engineers. My first duty station is going to be Fort Irwin, California, out in Death Valley.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Bring some sunscreen, bro.
Oh,
Holy
gonna be
cow.
hot.
yeah.
That's gonna be hot.
I study space science, which is under the physics department at West Point.
Nice.
Sweet.
Awesome.
I'm DJ. I'm from Chandler, Arizona, and I'm an electrical engineer at West Point.
Nice.
And I'm super excited for this opportunity to be here.
Yeah.
It's so funny. They're like, my name is blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I'm DJ. Like, I have major bro vibes. Like,
Yeah, he's the bro of the group.
I don't
He's the
He's
bro
doing
of the
his
group.
best. He's doing his best.
There's too many cadets that like get in front of people and are like,
yeah,
sir,
they stiffen up. Yeah, yeah. I get it.
Oh, my turn. I'm
Yes.
Kevin. I also moved around when I was little, but I grew up in a place called Robbins, Iowa, which is the middle of nowhere.
Sounds like it.
like
Yeah.
corn
It
has
sounds
been-
like it's not a hot destination for tourism. But
But
Yeah.
it was great for music
Corn.
and
nice. What are you studying?
chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering.
And
Nice.
sadly, music does not really translate to that, but we're making it work. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
It's all right.
My name is Brian. I'm from Hamden, Maine. So the joke with Maine was more lobsters than people.
Oh, yeah.
It might be right. But no problem there. I'm a engineering management major. I'm in my junior year. So we're both in our junior year, but we're called
Okay.
cows at West Point.
Ah, yes,
So
yes, yes,
cow
yes.
year.
Nice.
Yeah, again, super great to be here.
And he was switched with a lobster at birth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Which one's which?
Yeah.
His red hair. Yeah. Hey, well, my name is Jamin. I'm from Texas, San Antonio, Texas. I've kind of bounced around Texas, though. And I study mechanical engineering at West Point with like a little aero track. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
like planes.
Nice.
We're pretty cool.
I like,
like
planes.
planes.
I like planes.
Trains.
I like trucks and trains and planes.
And we have our other two gentlemen who are off camera. We'll introduce them a little later when we get some tag out moments here. We'll bring them into the fold. But that's awesome, guys. Now, obviously, in the military, you guys are at West Point becoming officers in the military. For people who don't know, we have enlisted soldiers, which I was for 20 years, and then we have officers. These are the high speed leaders of the group, and you guys are going to be. You're going to finish out your schooling here at West Point, and then you get assigned to a military base,
Right.
but you don't know where, and you don't know what kind of unit you're going to. Correct?
Correct.
So you could go to an engineering unit, you could go to a tank unit, you could go to psyops, you could go to military intelligence. You don't know, right? That's crazy.
Correct.
That is wild.
We do get a little bit of preference, though.
You do?
thankfully. So if you want to, since you're most recent with all that.
Oh yeah,
process.
because you got your
Yeah.
assignment, right?
Yeah, so there's like an interview process for the jobs that you're going to get, and it's also class rank based. So like they consider academics, your physical classes, and then like how well you do at leading your peers.
Okay.
So there's also ways that you can improve your chances at getting a branch. So for example, I did what's called a Bradzo. So I'm going to do 8 years instead of the normal 5-year commitment because that gave me a better
Oh.
chance at getting engineers.
Oh wow.
And then from there, when you pick your unit, they take everybody in that branch. So, for example, I'm an engineer. So in the engineering branch, it's like a draft. So top of the class picks first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now for the Northwest.
And
Yeah,
then
right.
class-
Key
so-
and Peele
round
skit.
yeah. So the smart people pick first. I pick last. So, yeah. There you go.
Okay, cool. So there is a little bit of like
Yeah.
you have a little bit of control. Okay,
Correct.
cool. Because I know branch night is like a big.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a big
Yeah.
night. I've seen videos and I've seen how they call out who's getting assigned to what, and it's a big like celebration.
Yeah.
Most of the time, right?
Very emotional.
It's a very emotional event.
all encompassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen somebody just like devastated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
All the time.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It'll be okay.
You're gonna come visit me, right?
Oh, no. Man. Yeah, that would be a lot of pressure. Because that's where you're gonna spend the next 4 to 8
4
years, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It'll be fun.
Wow.
It'll be fun. I get to do my job a lot.
Yeah.
Great.
Wow. So how for each of you individually, like how did music become a part of your West Point experience? Because obviously the West Point Glee Club has been around for a long time. There's a long history with the Glee Club, and it's a essential part of the core, and you know, it's a big piece of what kind of makes West Point really special. So how did each of you kind of come to want to sing with the Glee Club, and did you sing in high school before you came to West Point? How did that work out for you guys?
So I always sang in church growing up, as well as I did choir all throughout high school. And so like I kind of realized like once I was like looking at colleges, it's my first year here at West Point, so I'm what's known as a plebe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the bottom of that class system. So
yes, tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Plebe
Yeah.
is freshman.
Yearling.
Yearling is sophomore. Cal
Cal.
is junior.
And firstie.
Firstie. Got
So
it.
they're first
Okay.
class cadet.
Got it. Okay.
so
So you were looking at colleges and you're like, you know, they got a great Glee Club. I think I'll go to West
I'm
Point.
gonna go there.
I think
The
I'll sign
Army
up for
stuff's
the
on the
Army
side.
and go to West Point.
Worth it.
oh yeah. So I remember, coming in as a freshman, I think like the third week of school, they had a little club fair, and of course, like all the freshman males were all bald, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still right out of
Yeah.
cadet basic training.
Nice.
So I remember I walked up to that Glee Club table, and I was like, well, this is the closest thing that I can do with music,
Yeah.
in the way that I want to do it with singing, and I joined. And then very quickly, I heard about the nightcaps, and they were doing like tryouts and auditions, and I decided, man, this would be awesome. Always wanted to be a part
Yeah.
of Barbershop. Seen a lot of videos online, and just it was really, really cool.
That's awesome. Man. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so in third grade, I was complaining to my mom about how I was bored.
Where it all
So she
started
was
in
like,
my childhood.
"You should join a choir." It was
I was
called.
born at a very young age.
I was, I was very young. I was born. Good job.
I was absolutely 0 years age.
It's pretty young, yeah. So she was like, "You should join this group called Young Naperville Singers." I was like, "Oh, that's girly," third grader with no filter. So she made me join, and I secretly liked it. So I just kept singing.
Nice.
Here you are.
So I just kept singing. Joined a group in high school. Got into a cappella in high school. It was a really cool group. Love my vocal teacher there, Mr. Birch. If you're watching, I'm going to send you this link.
He's an avid fan of the
You're
Seventh
gonna
Hour
watch.
podcast,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's a big barbershop guy.
Yeah.
So I was, looking at colleges. I really wanted to go to Berklee College of Music, and my parents said no. So I went to West Point instead.
Oh, dang.
So, I honestly though, I did vet schools based on like how good their groups were. So I was
Really?
looking at a couple different academies, and West Point's Glee Club was pretty good. So
What
that was
would
a
you have
factor.
gone to Berkeley for? Vocal?
Vocal performance.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. My brother's studying there now, so I still, I get to hear about all the cool things he's doing.
While you're crawling through the mud.
Well, no,
and,
I'm happy with my decision. Honestly, I am.
like
I mean,
during
I get
the
to meet
PT
these
test,
guys.
you're just like,
Oh, I
man.
love PT.
One
now.
man
I'm singing my
Yeah.
opera
Yeah.
right now.
PT.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, but it's a great opportunity. I love singing with Nightcaps. This is my 4th year on it.
Nice.
And that was such a good way to get away from being a plebe, because I remember I was a plebe.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, and just
Plebes. They're
Yeah.
the worst, right?
Yeah.
I was a plebe.
going up to the
It's a taste
library
in
and
your
just like singing with a bunch of really good guys after formation on Sundays. It was awesome. So
Yeah.
I stuck with it for 4 years, and I'm really glad I did.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love that there's this opportunity at a place like West Point, which is military focused. I mean, you guys are
Right.
going to be in the military, so it's cool that this is such a big part of it.
So I was actually a violinist before I was ever a vocalist.
Oh, wow.
The most singing I did was like Michael Jackson when I was a little kid. Like,
Oh,
no
nice.
lie, in elementary school for career day, I dressed up as Michael Jackson.
Oh.
And my mom has pictures
I can
to
see
prove it
the
on her
resemblance.
Facebook.
It makes sense.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. Needless to say, they didn't appreciate like the hip gyration at the first grade talent show.
What
So,
grade were you in?
I was in first grade. So
was
they
6
said
years
no.
old.
They said you can do it, but you just can't do those moves. And I was like, I didn't associate what it actually meant at the time, so I was just upset that I couldn't be Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So, but in middle school, my orchestra, because I was a violinist in my middle school orchestra, and they shared the choir room. And Mrs. Wendy Embriana, I'll also send her this link. She's like, "Hey, you're pretty musically talented. You should try to join the choir." And so I went home, told my parents, if you can find space in your schedule, buddy. So that was my intro to choir, and stayed in it into into high school. Did like the regional and all-state circuits in Arizona, and just fell in love with all that, and tried to start some like barbershop type stuff at my school. Like got really into Tim Warwick and Vocal Spectrum and all that type of stuff. So fell in love.
Go Midtown.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, well, in elementary school in Iowa, of all places, there was this Orchestra Iowa chorus called Discovery Chorus, and it was run by a woman named Mrs. Amy Hanisch.
Are you gonna send her the link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time
you gotta
I
send
got a
somebody,
list.
you're
I
like,
got a list.
I'm gonna send her the
But,
link.
my mom put all four of us, my 3 siblings and I, through that program, and it was just 3 years of working with a professional children's chorus, and we went and performed at different places, and so it was really good to build that showmanship aspect. And then I was more of a band kid. I got into saxophone and picked up clarinet and flute for jazz. Like I was really set on going to and doing stuff in college for jazz.
Jazz flute.
Jazz flute goes crazy,
Man. Jazz flute goes hard, bro.
But and then in high school, my choir director, Mr. Trent Bugowitz, I'll send him the link.
Send him the link.
Don't worry.
Send him the link.
Number 4.
He was a great choir director, and he really helped build. My friends and I, we would do different small groups and stuff, and we'd ask him for help sometimes. And then I really built on like being a vocalist with Dr. Bradley Barrett became like a vocal coach for a couple years. Send him the link.
Yeah, that's it.
But then I had actually heard of the West Point Glee Club before coming here, and so I heard it was a great group, and I listened to a few of the songs.
Yeah.
And so when I first came to West Point as a plebe after doing Beast Barracks, and I went to the club. There's like a club night where all the different clubs show up. And
Same one that he was talking about. Yeah.
And immediately went to the Glee Club booth and signed up, and then auditioned. And once I got in, the nightcaps were a thing. Armand was there, and so Brian and I auditioned, and we got in that year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't really say how like I found it at West Point though. I like left that part out. Can I just like add that in there before we go?
Go for it. Yeah.
Please. How did you find out?
It wasn't the club fair. So my high school sang Battle Hymn of the Republic at graduations.
Oh,
and so
wow.
when I was trying to find like good good actual performances on YouTube of it to like practice my part with and that type of thing, I found like the West Point recording of them doing it a couple years back.
Yeah.
And I actually found that before I even knew West Point was a thing. So I was pretty late in the process. There's a lot of people who have like family who went to West Point or family in the military, and I just found that, and that like originally piqued my interest in West Point.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
Okay, so my West Point story, finding out about West Point, it all started at Chick-fil-A of all places.
Oh, wow.
I was, and growing up from Maine, it was the first Chick-fil-A in the state too. So it was.
Hey Brian,
it was
thank you.
There we go.
What?
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Right. Same line. It's still ingrained in me. But anyway, I was working there, and the owner of that Chick-fil-A is actually a '96 grad. Of West Point. He had a great career and ended up being an economics professor as well. And he didn't really talk about it and stuff, but it was there, right? It's kind of hard to miss, and you find out about it, and I was like, wow, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do that, and talk about how West Point makes leaders and stuff. So I'm like, okay, and I could see myself doing that, and so here I am. Doing West Point. I couldn't predict myself being on like a podcast or something. I didn't think this was part of the
peaked,
gig,
bro.
Right?
This is it.
Yeah, here we are.
It's all downhill from here.
No, yeah. Maybe next year we can get back on the 7th Hour podcast.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But when I was looking at the options, being like, all right, I'm gonna get involved in something. I wanted to ski really bad because I'm a ski racer.
He's a really good skier.
It's just a lot of fun. So
And West Point has a really great ski slope, right?
Very close.
Just
we have a very
attracts
close
ski
ski
slope.
skiers
Weather-
from all over the country.
Right, sure, yeah, it's weather permitting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still
like a mud slope.
opportunities to go around and race and stuff. So, if we can practice at the home mountain, then we do. But
Yeah.
otherwise, we get those race weekends. So at club night, the same club night, I took off in a different direction. Went to the ski team. Told my mom I was able to sign up. Like I got on, and she was like, "Are you gonna sing?" And I was like, "Right, I forgot about that.
I forgot I like to sing.
Yeah. And I was like, I do like to do that. And I was telling KJ earlier, I watched the video of Lunch Break, Old MacDonald at a Deed Farm. My dad showed that to me. It must have been
You poor
10
child.
like so long ago. I was like, that's not how it goes, Dad. That's not how you sing that song. And I mean, like, yeah, I grew up singing in church as well, and my dad sang in the men's quartet at church. So
Nice.
I guess that's how we found out about that. There was somebody in the local chapter close to where I grew up, so singing
awesome.
was always a part of my life. And I was like, I completely forgot about that. And there's singing at West Point. I thought it was, I didn't think it would be there, and so had to do a little bit of reading up on the Glee Club and whatnot. But still able to audition. Here we are on the nightcaps, and it's
That's awesome, dude.
doing great. Here we are, and I'm still skiing as well. So
okay.
it all
Doing both.
manages-
He balances
yeah,
both. Yeah.
Good.
manages to work out.
That's awesome, dude.
Sweet. So I had been singing pretty much my whole life, as long as I can remember. Big family reunions on my dad's side. We've always kind of sat around together and sang a bunch of songs, and I've sung in church. And believe it or not, my dad was actually on the night. He was in the Glee Club when he was here at West Point, and so that's kind of how I knew that I could come here and sing, and also be like in the military, but then also sing.
Man.
And so I kind of fell in love with that combo. And so when I came here, I joined the Glee Club, and at the same night that they're talking about when they're
And
Glee
that club
beer freshman
night.
year. I know that club night
that-
gets
that
a lot
reels
of people.
them in.
Yeah,
Gets them.
that's really hard.
That's
That's really
where
hard.
they get you. So they get you.
Yeah. So, okay, then each of you had some singing experience before coming to West Point. So, is it rare for people to come to West Point who have never sung before
No,
to join the Glee Club?
not at all.
No.
We got one
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, really? All right,
Yeah.
off camera.
Two, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of
you
you.
didn't sing either.
That's why you're not talking. That's why you're
Wow.
not over here.
Yeah, exactly.
They also didn't talk before coming to West Point. So.
Stay in the shadows.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Well, we'll tag you guys in a little bit because I want to hear your stories too and how you got into the Glee Club. But how many of you had any exposure? And you had said a little bit, but how many of you guys had any exposure to Barbershop? Actually, the Barbershop world and like the community of Barbershop before joining Glee Club. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. I mean, Scott Hoyings, I think it was his cousin, was in the acapella group I was in high school, and we've done a lot of barbershop. So
Yeah.
through him.
Awesome. What about you?
So throughout high school, like through the all-state process, over there in Texas, they also had like the solo ensemble, so they also did that as in like a state competition. And so like me and a couple buddies, my high school choir, we would get together, learn some barbershop pieces, and go compete, see what we could do.
Where did you compete?
So I think we only really made it to state like my senior year.
But did you compete in the Barbershop?
It wasn't like
Oh, okay. It
just
wasn't a
within
barbershop
the public
competition.
high schools.
Right. I see, I see.
So
Cool,
it was
cool.
just like you could choose a song from like a set list, and
I
then
see.
you would audition, and judges would rate you based on it.
Gotcha.
Nothing like ever a competition for me, but I just went down internet rabbit holes all the
Oh,
time
yeah.
in high school
Yes.
and found like
100%.
a bunch of old like Vocal Spectrum and
Mhm.
Ringmasters and all that type of stuff on YouTube. And I bought the Go the Distance arrangement from
Yeah.
Vocal Spectrum and like tried to teach a couple of my buddies it, and didn't work out so well. But
It usually doesn't.
it's
Anytime we try to sing Vocal Spectrum stuff, that's a hard task. So
it's amazing.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I just fell in love with it from there.
I know what
That's
so.
awesome, man.
But yeah, same with DJ. I kind of just fell down the internet and I
fell down the internet.
At first it
It's like a
started
hole.
like
So
acapella. At first it was acapella, like pentatonics and straight note chaser, but then I got into actual barbershop with like vocal spectrum, voice play, home free, I guess.
Those aren't barbershop, but that's okay.
Home free's not.
No, it's okay.
Instant
Vocal Spectrum.
classic.
There you go. Instant classic. Yeah.
And then sometimes I'd like try and take their arrangements
Oh yeah.
and get groups together and we'd sing them.
Yeah. That's what we got to solve. That's what I really am hoping that the society, the Barbershop Harmony Society, can figure out is how can we really tap into kids like that who are just scrolling on YouTube and loving the videos and liking the stuff, and how can we get them involved in some capacity other than downloading a vocal spectrum track and trying to teach three guys how to
right.
sing
It was
one of the
an
hardest
impossible
arrangements in the
task.
world. So,
Well, and also you have like all the
Formative
high
experience.
schoolers with like the squeaky voices still,
Right.
And they're
Yeah.
trying to
Right,
sing
right.
like
Oh, yeah.
the tone of like a real vocally trained barbershop
Warwick.
bass
yeah.
or tenor, and like trying to keep that tone in your chest voice,
For
and
sure.
they're just like,
Yeah.
and
I
then
will
it's like, I
find
give
my
up.
way.
I give up.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
That's still me.
That was
but
me in high
that's
school.
okay.
Yeah, and I mean that would have been nice for me too, like in high school or in middle school and high school, if there was kind of like an avenue that I could pursue that. Because like they were saying, I mean, I maybe didn't go as deeply as they did, but I had, of course, had my phases where I was like, this is awesome. So I'd watch a bunch of barbershop videos, and like there wasn't too much to do with it, so that would have been
Yeah.
I would have loved to see my local chapter connect with the middle school, with the high school, and
Yeah.
maybe bring guys to sing something. And probably they already know about it. Like they're watching things on
Right.
YouTube, and they're like, wow, I could get involved in that and actually make it real and
Yeah.
make that connection down there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's like our mission for the future, right? Is we connect
There we
with
go.
those chapters.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
we need
man.
to do. We could also do a better job of like doing stuff at West Point, because a lot of people were like, especially after the 100th night show, they were like, I had no idea we had a group like that.
Really?
Oh,
we
that's
did,
true.
uh,
Yeah.
They didn't even know you guys existed.
Not
just
really.
Performing we're other places,
Yeah.
we
Right.
go all across the country, but not enough at West Point.
Mm,
right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people with great voices who I just like don't see on the Glee Club because they think we just sing the core on the poop deck. And that's
Yes,
it.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some of the other kind of collaborative things you guys have been able to do with other groups on West Point? Whether it's a dance team, or do you and the Nightingales ever get to do stuff together, or
Yeah, last weekend we did a joint concert with the Nightingales. So some of those tunes that the larger Glee Club does are like really easy to throw together with them just because we already have them memorized. So we
Right.
did True Colors, America the Beautiful, and then they had some of their own pieces that they've been working on, and then we did ours, and it was pretty well received. It was a good time.
That's awesome.
We definitely want to do
You
more
want to
of
talk
that.
more about the concert itself?
Oh yeah. So last week we went out to Belvedere, New Jersey, and just hopped in on a local high school. Right, they've got an auditorium of like 500 seats.
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon concert. So lovely audience. Lots of old people that just wanted something to do, and I think
Yeah.
they were pretty involved with like the community center, and that's how they
Right.
were able to advertise it.
Nice.
So I think it was fun. We kind of threw in our own stories and made it a, it's not like musical theater, but
Yeah.
I think we had
It was
fun
more of a
with it.
production.
An
It was
interactive
more,
experience.
yeah,
More of a-
an
more of a
interactive
production.
experience. That's
Yeah.
right.
I
And
think
they
that's
really
one of
got
the things
into
we
it.
do well is we just try to make a show out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have some
No,
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
like the slapstick type things,
Yeah.
where like, and anything goes, where Armand proposes to or Kevin
Whoever's
proposes
next to me,
Armand, or
usually.
whoever.
I've got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
6
Kick
different
line and
fiancés
someone
right now.
proposes.
So.
Somebody falls over. It's always
Yeah.
one of those.
And the kick line, always people
Of
love
course,
the kick
yeah.
line.
They
It's
love
crazy.
that.
How often do you guys get to perform as a group? Like, what does your year look like as far as how many times do you get to actually perform, whether it's at West Point or travel somewhere and perform?
It actually kind of fluctuates.
It's like seasons. Yeah.
And we with the Glee Club, we have like semester calendars where
Oh, okay.
each semester at the beginning of the semester we'll get the list of like all our events and like every time we're performing.
Sure.
Right.
And so at every major Glee Club performance, we will also sing. Since we're all part of the Glee Club, we'll also
Yep.
do a couple songs at each of those performances. But then also sometimes either at West Point or like last year, the Brooklyn Nets for their Hoops for Troops game.
Oh, man.
Called the West Point PAO and asked for the Nightcaps to come and sing.
The anthem?
We did the anthem in the halftime show. Yeah.
Yes.
It was
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, that's
Yeah, it was sick.
Wow.
That was
It
great.
was pretty fun.
Wish I could have been there. It's like,
There'll be some times where we just do one event a month, and then there are others like this past month we've done like 4 events.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them
my
just will be
goodness.
like last
Boom,
minute.
boom,
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
last minute stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
This month has been busy.
Crazy.
Wow.
Well, one of the big things last year with another West Point thing was we, with the USMA band, we did, and the Benny Havens band, we did the America the Great
Mm-hmm.
at the Army Navy last year, and
Oh,
that
wow.
was like
Yeah, that's
super
true.
awesome to go out there and
Dang.
see. We were in the Eagles stadium.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're in
yeah.
Philly.
Yeah,
We're in
Oh, I
Philly.
was there.
Philadelphia.
That was
That
ridiculous.
was
Yes.
so
It was
much
fun.
fun.
When y'all rushed the field,
Oh, that was such a great game.
oh
too.
my
Yeah.
gosh, the game was
Insane.
insane, and the game ending was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it was an incredible game, but then when you guys, I just watched these sad stadium workers desperately trying to do their jobs, trying to keep you guys from going onto the field.
There's nothing
and
I could
eventually
do.
they just went.
They gave up.
Yeah, there's just hundreds of people just storming them.
Yeah.
It was
Jump in the
really
barrier.
funny.
Yeah.
And
We
I
can
walked
neither
by him, I was like,
confirm nor
sorry,
deny.
man. And I went on the field too.
Yeah, the
It
turf
was
is
fun.
nothing but gray.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a blast.
It was crazy.
It was a blast.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Speaking of half times, all right, I think we got it queued up. But so this was the halftime that the Benny Havens band, which Emily sings with, did, and she got together and she coordinated all of this, taught the
Wow.
dances. Like
Wow.
it's sick. So check it out.
All right.
Mikey Stadium, please make some noise for Army West Point's Benny Havens Band. Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. You can be the greatest, you can be the best, yeah. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can go the distance, you can run for miles, yeah. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. Don't fight it, it's coming for you running at you. It's only this moment to feel what comes after. It's coming like a race, supposed to pull me like a whipcord. When you're down to tell me, do you want to go? Where it's going in on the color lights.
You see the whole Glee Club right there?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
so
Wow.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Impossible comes true. It's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up. We won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true. It's taking over you. 'Cause you're standing on the fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name.
The AC Tux jacket just does everything.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
Run this game like cardio. Army district in the
Oh,
gang.
there's Emily.
Certified, you know we can. We the Benny Havens band. Oh, he's so handsome. What's his name?
Chambea, chambea, pero no jala. Tú compras toda la Jordan, a mí me la regala. If I'm in the club, what you hold in the back? This is general religion bang, it's Latino gang gang. Me gusta borico, me gusta cubana. Me gusta el acento de la colombiana. Yo, como me dura la dominicana. Lo rico que mueve la venezolana.
Estamos rompiendo la discoteca, la fiesta no para que no comienza. C'est comme ça, marche, la 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 la. Florida, Puerto Rico,
West Point.
JK,
Quiñones.
Sergeant MJ.
Los DJ del 7 le gusta a mi gente y entonces fue mundial. No le bajamos más, nunca paramos, es otro palo. ¿Y dónde está mi gente?
mais faut bouger la tente.
West Point, are you with me?
Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo, welcome the Nightcaps and the Nightingale.
Is that really?
Well, I see Josh Omalade.
There's
Okay.
Sick.
That's so cool.
That's
That's
so
sick.
cool.
Wait a minute. One time for the Army West Point dance team.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Let's prove it and we got some coordination. Cause we play, you just might be Army leaders in the making.
Wow.
Hey, Sergeant First Class Lane, Staff Sergeant Hadwigger, Staff Sergeant Taylor, Sergeant Q, future leaders, where y'all at? One ain't enough, I need two. Two ain't enough, we need two. Swag, halftime shows in the garden. Benny Havens Band, West Point, we go hard in. You don't know the name, better look them up. Benny Havens Band, we don't give a what. Army Green, get a team beater. And we do it off of. Went to Nashville, did the album, yeah. And the album going platinum, yeah. Freedom ain't free, so we defend it every day. We the soldiers of the USA, and we
Shining, 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 yeah.
shining, yeah.
All of this winning, I've been losing my mind.
I've been losing my mind. Hold on, baby. Don't try to
Slow me down,
hold on. Don't try to.
slow me down. All of this winning.
Special shout out to Colonel Beaker and Mrs. Beaker. Thank you for your support of West Point's greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over
There's
you.
Josh.
This is
All
the
those people are
greatest
gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graduated.
So I think the plebes from that year were firsties when Brian and I were plebes.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Dark streets, broken people, a mile long way to go. We were standing and singing, shoulder to shoulder. We've come
Bridging the gap between the greatest armed forces in the world and our great American public. We are Army West Point, but we are still one nation under God.
Yeah, that's when America's beautiful. Yeah, that's when America's beautiful. Yeah, that's when America's beautiful. That's when America's beautiful. Oh, beautiful. That's when America's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, all for the Corps, we thank you guys so much. Go Army!
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It was a cool project too, and I got to see it all from kind of behind the scenes as it was
Yeah,
getting
right.
Yeah.
built and put together and whatnot. So,
That looks like it took a lot of work, too.
Wow.
That's
bro,
pretty awesome.
it did.
Yeah.
It did.
I
And
did the
actually-
tuxedo jacket alone.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I
awesome.
know.
I was gonna
Army
say the
tuxedo
coolest
jacket.
part was just having the yeah.
was
That's so
sick.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, funny little Easter egg for this. So, to rehearse, so Emily would go to each of the clubs and like teach them their parts, and
Right.
she did the dance with them, and then worked. I actually I worked with the Nightcaps and the Nightingales a little bit, and she would go in and we'd get everything kind of prepped, but then we we had to do some rehearsals like at the field.
Right.
And so they scheduled it, and it was like late at night. It was dark. And so we were doing all these rehearsals at the field and blasting the music and doing all the stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, it interrupted one of the football practices because the football team was practicing on the field, like just down the way. But because we were blasting music the whole time, like they couldn't hear,
No
they couldn't
way.
communicate, they couldn't tell the teams what to do. So it became like a thing. And they were not happy with it. So after this was done, they haven't done anything like that since.
That's so
man.
tough.
Because
Yeah.
there was just kind of like this rub. I not that I don't think it could happen again,
Of course.
and it probably will. I think that should, because things like that are freaking awesome. But
yeah.
there was just
Totally.
some kind of like rub with the logistics of it all. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's cool getting to see you guys, like your group, the Nightingales and Nightcaps, get to do like stuff like that. That like big West Point gets to see part of, the whole thing. So
And this
Right.
is the 25th year of the Nightcaps being around, right?
20th.
Yeah.
20th.
20th.
Thanks.
This is 20th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it is.
the Glee Club started in 1903, but it's only been continuous since 1928. It was kind of sporadic.
Oh, so it was from 1903 to 1928. It wasn't like official.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
It just came in and out. World War One and other events just made it so it didn't really.
Little things.
They had a
Right.
few other
Little things.
priorities.
Yeah,
at
nothing
the
nothing
time.
serious. Just World War One. Yeah.
Focusing on a couple important things.
Yeah.
Just had to.
But it didn't become official until 1928, and then it was led by the USMA band director, who is known as the professor of music at West Point.
Okay.
And then I think in the 70s or the early 80s, that transitioned over from the professor of music to an actual conductor, like a civilian
In charge
conductor,
of the
Yeah.
Glee
in charge
Club.
of the Glee
Okay.
Club. And Miss Constant,
Yeah.
Miss Constance Chase is the current director, and she's been it for the past 25 years.
Wow.
And she has taken the club above and beyond what
Oh, she's
it has
amazing.
been.
Mhm.
But in 2003, oddly enough, at the centennial of the Glee Club, a few of the guys decided to create a barbershop group
Yes.
known as the Nightcaps. And so Brian, who's the director this year, and I were talking a lot going into this year, because this is our 20th anniversary season, about like a lot of things we wanted to do
Yeah.
and things we wanted to make sure the Nightcaps continue to grow and develop.
This is
Yeah.
definitely the best year we've ever had, too.
Really?
In terms of like our
Since
set
any of us
lists,
have
the
been here.
stuff that we've been able to
Publicity
do.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Man,
been a
that's
lot
awesome.
of fun, too.
How many guys are total in the Nightcaps?
This is everyone.
It's 8.
Oh, 8.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Did you want to talk more about the group, or?
Yeah,
what
I
you
mean,
wanna do?
no, it's I guess it was about probably this time last year where we switch out, get ready for the new leadership to come in.
Yeah.
And yeah, the idea was approached to me about taking charge of the Nightcaps for this year, and I was like, it's kind of a big deal. And we were like, hey, next year, 20th anniversary, big deal. So
Yeah.
but yeah, like I was excited, and I was like, all right, yeah, let's plan, fail to plan to fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, talking about it, and the whole recording session that we just had a couple of weeks ago was like, for me, that was kind of the peak.
Right.
So Sergeant Lane has been doing a great job with us. There's fantastic opportunities at West Point sometimes, and we just don't take advantage of them. But sometimes it's more of like a depending on who you know and
Yeah.
who you're able to
Well, right.
to get access with, and stuff like that. But no, we did a great job, and it's not just that, but like the musicians that I get to work with, like
Yeah.
these 8 guys, so fantastic. Like I'm probably the worst singer of the
That's
group
not
for
true.
sure.
No, I've
like I just like my voice is just
Cap.
as not as like subpar compared to all these guys.
Wow.
For the auditions, this year we were thinking about it, like what we wanted to be like, and Jamin
Yeah,
came in.
I'm the late bloomer.
Yeah.
I'm
Jamin came in this year as a bass, and like fantastic sight reading and stuff. And David, he was still a bald plebe, right? And we were thinking about the Charlie
Oh my
Puth song.
gosh.
Didn't affect his voice, luckily.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. But we wanted to do If You Leave Me Now and sing Charlie Puth. And sure enough, for the audition, David does good on the sight reading. And then we were like, okay, have you prepared anything? And he played, I can't remember what it
It
was.
was a
It
Charlie
was
Puth piece,
so
right?
it was actually the same song that I did for my Berklee College of Music audition.
Yeah.
It was
Did you get in for vocal?
What a beef. with
I got
Berkeley.
in for vocal.
Okay.
I
I didn't even know that.
yeah, I was
Both of
gonna
us.
go for sound engineering, but
Okay.
well, here I am now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was called I've been through it all by Charlie Puth.
That's what it was, yeah.
It was kind of like
Oh, nice.
I remember I discussed like with Kevin going into the Nightcaps audition because I remember like I wasn't added to the Glee Club group chat, so I missed like the first 2 practices, and then I was like, hey, can I
Awkward,
still
yeah.
audition? And If You Leave Me Now was just, I mean, that's been like, if you look at like my Spotify Wrapped, it's been like my
That's
number
the
one
one.
song for
Yeah.
years. So I was originally going
Nice.
to do that, and then last second I was like, well, if we're gonna do that as like a group, I think I'd rather play something on the piano that way I can accompany
Cool.
myself.
Yeah, because you.
It was so good. Yeah.
Nice.
It was an
We were
awesome
like
audition.
starstruck at the naked mole rat on the piano.
That's awesome.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, we actually are going to bring out a keyboard now, so you can go ahead and do that for us. So.
Oh,
Yeah, we didn't tell you about that.
David, you bring out the keyboard
Yeah.
so we can. I was just kidding.
Yeah. Dragged you out to that little tent.
We did.
hair
We
and
used to
more
have a
flair.
baby grand piano right here.
Oh, wow.
That's
And I
a good
just sold
story
it,
right
but
there.
That is a
Yeah.
good
That's a great story.
We
if I had that piano here, we would have made it happen.
Let's put him on the spot. Yeah.
I'm by no means the best pianist here. Like, oh
Brian,
my gosh,
obviously.
you listen to
Except for
Brian
Brian.
or Alex,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, insane musicians.
That's
so.
awesome. Well, speaking of insane musicians, sorry, what were you going to say?
No,
If-
was
I don't want to
just
move
gonna
on
say,
from it.
Brian mentioned something about a recording session. So for those of you watching, the Nightcaps just finished our
Oh, yeah.
recording our first studio album
Oh,
a couple weeks ago
Yep.
with the sound technician from the USMA band. Shout out to Master Sergeant Lane.
yes.
Sergeant
Send
Lane.
her the
Brandy,
link.
that's right.
End of the link.
We
Yeah.
couldn't have done it without her, and she was a great help working with us.
her ear is so good.
I know
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
is
she's
great.
phenomenal.
She's so good,
Phenomenal
dude.
musician.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So when is that going to be available?
To my knowledge, actually, we're working with USMA band on making sure it gets through PAO and
Yep.
everything goes through. Because as an Army organization, we cannot profit from it. So once all of that gets sorted out, where the money will go, hopefully it'll be on Spotify and other streaming
streaming.
services in the fall.
Nice.
So
Oh,
Can't
dude, that'll
wait.
be so sick.
Yeah.
How many songs did you guys record?
I think 6 or 7.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
6.
Something like
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just cool to get our name out there and
Heck yeah.
and part of this like 20th year, like we're gonna have some things that outlast ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I'll
yeah,
leave a
just
little legacy
steward
behind
the
too.
Nightcaps.
this team.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've got to send you guys those videos still because those got to go up from Belvedere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Has another group, a previous group of the Nightcaps, recorded an EP like this?
No.
No,
No.
I
so
think so.
on YouTube, I've found different videos of the recorded
Yeah.
live of them performing concerts, but to my knowledge, this will be the first actual.
Like official
Recording.
recording.
Like
Yeah.
recording.
And the Nightcaps.
It's
will be the
kind of funny.
first-
A lot of the pieces we picked up, they'd done that 10 years ago, like the same arrangement, just like double the tempo for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were doing it double the tempo?
Yeah, they
Oh.
were.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I saw one of Irish Blessing, but it was like so fast. It
Oh.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear you guys sing something. And we can do a couple different things. I'd love to hear this video. Now, what was the video you sent to David? Can you give me a little intro to it?
Yeah, it was for Army Navy 2017 where we sent it was just like a hype video for the Corps of Cadets, getting
Nice.
them ready for Army Navy. So this is again, this is before our time as well, but just a really well done recording of the alma mater.
Right.
Just done up a little bit and a little bit of theatrics, but it's just such a cool video. And I think a lot of people, if they're thinking about coming to West Point or if they're inspired, it's because of
This would
things
be
like
the-
these.
Yeah.
They see
awesome.
these and they're it's like wow,
Yeah.
what a cool spot and how much meaning
Yeah.
there is to West Point.
Okay. Awesome.
Right.
Well, let's watch. Oh, I was not expecting that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cadet chapel right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
ever dear to us, be ever near. Help us thy motto bear through all the years. Let duty be well performed, honor be ne'er untarned, country be ever armed, West Point by thee.
Guide us thine own right, and teach us by day, by night, to keep thine honor bright, for thee to fight. And when we depart from thee, serving on land or sea, may we still loyal be, West Point to
And when our work is done, our course on earth is run. Well done. Be thou at
That's awesome.
Jeez,
Was that the year that we won to break the streak?
I think 2016.
Was it?
So
Was that
I
right-
think-
right
I think it was
after,
right
yeah.
after.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
I remember Miss Chase talking about the football player. Yeah, how she had to with this guy not a singer like
Oh, yeah.
of course. And then he put the amount of direction it took to explain. Yeah, the arms come up.
Yeah,
and then
and down.
close.
That is
like,
not what I was
This is
expecting.
the time that you got to do it.
Oh, man.
That took a lot of work. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's such a cool
Wow.
video.
That's awesome.
So-
I haven't seen that. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Really?
Who hasn't
What?
seen that before?
I had not seen that.
Wow.
That's
I've never
awesome.
seen that.
That's I don't know. Yeah, it was like, oh, I guess I'll go to West Point. Like, oh, that's
on
cool.
that on the last verse of that song, it showed a room with
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of names on the
And it
walls.
zoomed in on.
So
Press sneaking.
at the in the 1890s, after the Civil War, West Point built Cullum Hall, which on it says to the graduates and officers of the United States Military Academy.
Oh yeah.
And it is to honor all of the graduates of West Point who have died in combat. And
Oh,
so
wow.
that room shows the names of every single graduate who's died in the line of duty.
Really?
And so the last verse of the alma mater is all about when our work is done, just having given everything to the Army and to our profession and to the United States.
The name it zoomed in on, Lieutenant Presnick, he was in my company, so we have like a poster like dedicated to him that I walk past every day on the way to my room. Wow. So it's like things like that make it really personal. You're like, holy crap,
absolutely.
He was a member of H4. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, that was powerful, man. That's crazy. All right. I want to hear you guys sing. I want to hear you guys sing. So we're going to do something that I haven't done on the show yet, but I've talked about doing it for a long time. And we're going to have you guys sing something just live right here. I'm going to teach you guys a barbershop tag.
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's go.
How many of you guys have ever sung like just a tag in a barbershop setting? Okay. A couple of you guys have. All right. So tags are like the last 4-8 measures of a song. It's like the last little conclusion of a tune. All right. But we're going to take our headphones off and we're going to sing into this little stereo mic so we can get kind of like an acoustic vibe.
Let's go.
All right. So just slip some off. We'll be able to hear each other. All right. So this tag is called Love Will Come Your Way, Lonesome Rose. Okay, those are the words. Love will come your way, lonesome rose. All right. Love will come your way, rose. And you're gonna post rose until you die. Okay. That's it.
That's my thing.
Sing it. That's it. All right.
Designated long note guy.
Sing it with me. Ready? There's your first note. Ready? Love will come your way, rose. Perfect. So that's beautiful. So in barbershop, we get lock and ring, right? We want to lock a chord. So that means vibrato. Take the vibrato out as much as you can, but just keep it nice and straight tone. Okay. Good. You guys are good. Basses. Where's the bass? 2, 3. Perfect. Love will come your way, lonesome rose. So there's your starting note. Sing it with me. Ready? Love will come your way, lonesome rose. Sorry, not the tonic. That's good. Baritone. She's gonna sing baritone. Love will come your way, lonesome rose. Sing it with me. Love will come your way, lonesome rose. Good. Okay, tenors, right? Love will come your way, lonesome rose. Love, ready? Sing it. Love will come your way, lonesome rose. Yeah, you'll end up on the major third, so you'll hear it in context, okay? So love leads love, baritones, love basses. First chord, ready? Love. Beautiful, nice and tender and smooth. No, bop, bop, bop. Here we go, ready? And love will come your way, rose. Yeah. Nice.
That was awesome.
That's
Just a cool little tag,
That's
little
so much
sweet
fun.
little pretty tag, right? Awesome. All right, let's tag out. You two guys, and we'll tag you guys on the ends to switch out. So yeah, Alex, right? Alex?
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us kind of the same thing they told us where you grew up, what your music experience was like, how you got into West Point, that kind of stuff. So.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from the great state of Tennessee, Lenore City. It's pretty close to Knoxville, East Tennessee-ish. So, a lot of great musicians. Very humble, I know.
Nice.
He is. He is.
I can tell.
I try my best.
You got one.
I can attest. So I'm a electrical engineering major with DJ
nice.
over there. We work a lot together.
We have a lot of classes together.
Yeah, next semester we have like 3 classes together, which will be really nice. But yeah, so as far as like my musical background, I actually didn't sing hardly at all before this. The extent of my singing was in my car or for like little like one-off recordings that I did with myself. And I have actually my own personal music Instagram page, but I don't really post to it anymore. But I was classically trained on the guitar since I was 5. One day we were just driving around Knoxville and my parents were like, "Hey, do you want to learn guitar?" And I was like, "Sure." And
Nice.
then we went in and we signed up, and now
Sure.
Roll credits.
it's everything else is history. So
Nice.
I've been on my own for as far as learning guitar for probably around 6 or so years now. But for the majority of my time, I learned with a wonderful director named Lawrence Long. He was a phenomenal guitarist, wrote a lot of arrangements for stuff, and it was left an amazing legacy.
Wow.
That's great. That's good.
Yeah. So as far as like in school, much amiss to my high school choir director. I did not join the choir in high school because my schedule would not allow for it.
Unforgivable.
I know.
Excuses. That's all I hear.
Yeah. That's what he said. So I just did my own thing. I taught myself how to play the drums, riffed a lot on the piano.
Nice.
I actually got a violin, a little cheap violin, but I taught like the G major scale to myself, and then I was like, this is too hard.
And I'm out. This was fun.
But yeah, so I have access to Ableton Live 10 Suite and a microphone at my house, so I recorded a little bit with that. And I made my own arrangements. I got a lot of inspiration from bands like Polyphia and a lot of like rock bands, so to develop a lot more of a technical sound base, I guess you could say. But
Polyphia's crazy.
Yeah, right.
I have bought many of their sheet music because it's really awesome. They make tablature for like all of their songs.
Really?
And I can only play about 3 of them.
Jeez.
My brother's been trying to burn through those too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Nuts.
Yeah,
Tim
they're
Henson is
insane,
just
man.
like I cannot even fathom moving my fingers like that. But
when I first saw Playing God,
my
mind was like
I spent about
imploded.
Yeah, I spent about 6
I've watched it
months.
100 times at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually one of the ones I can play.
Really?
Yes. I spent about 6 months learning.
David, bring out a guitar, would you mind? Here, let's get this thing.
He's pretty good.
I'm just kidding.
He's great.
I have spent quite a bit of time learning that one.
Wow,
but
that's awesome.
Because it was on a classical guitar. I was like,
yeah,
I gotta learn this, and
Wow.
so I learned it. Still can't play it perfectly though. Just not possible.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Not all of us. Can
You're
be Tim
forgiven.
Henson. He's not human.
It's okay.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah,
He
right.
can't be human.
Yeah.
He's some kind of guitar robot.
Synthetically enhanced.
Yeah. But then, as far as singing at West Point, so I knew I wanted to be in the military for a long time. My dad is in the Air Force. He actually just did the equivalent to Army's Green to Gold program, which is he did officer training school and is now a lieutenant. He did that in 2021 after being in for about 15 years. So he's a pretty old lieutenant. But yeah, that
took the shortcut.
Yeah.
That was a really awesome. I got to see his OTS graduation, and that really inspired me to. That really nailed in the coffin.
Oh,
That,
man,
all
that's
right, I'm going to
awesome.
be in the military. And my uncle, who's a pilot in the Air Force, he got to do the flyover. And so
Oh, wow.
he did an F-16 flyover for my dad's OTS graduation.
Jeez.
Awesome.
What does your
That's
dad do in
crazy,
the-
man.
Amazing.
What does he do in the Air Force?
My dad's in finances.
Okay.
Nice. Wow.
But yeah, so I have always wanted to be in the military, and then I really wanted to go to the Air Force Academy, as you could probably imagine. But then I
Yeah.
got my West Point application first, and I was like, I'll go there.
You knew what you really
You
wanted.
settled, I
Yeah.
guess.
I settled, I guess.
Settled for West
I also
Point.
got the Air Force Academy application, but I was like, I would rather be from West Point, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree.
How'd you find the Glee Club?
So I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to do anything with music at West Point because there's no music program really, and like every other college does, and so any other place I'd have a pretty good outlet, and so I was worried like, am I going to be able to play instruments, to sing,
Yeah.
to really have that musical expression? Because if I wasn't able to, I think I'd just,
Yeah.
lose it, and I
Jeez.
don't want to do that.
That would be bad.
That would be
Let's not do that.
terrible. So I found the Glee Club probably through club night. I don't really remember all the way. I actually wanted to be on the drill team.
You made a good choice.
I don't know.
Yikes.
Wait, the drill team is in
dodged
like
it.
flipping the rifles and
Yeah,
stuff?
that one.
That's a great musical outlet.
Right.
That's-
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm really glad you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not,
We are
not
too.
there's
Me
anything
too.
wrong with the
I
drill
was
team. I'm
fresh
just
out of basic training. I don't know what was going through my head.
They're like,
But-
hear about that Alex guy? Yeah, he actually went crazy. Don't know why.
He dropped the drill rifle on his head. And now he likes music.
that was I didn't even get onto the drill team, which is funny.
oh no.
I was like, I guess I'll join the Glee Club.
I guess
Second
I'll do what I'm
choice.
really good at.
Darn.
But yeah, so I joined the Glee Club, and then they had the auditions for the nightcaps, and rest of it's history.
Wow. That's awesome, dude. I really do want to hear you playing God at some point.
I will attempt.
I don't have a classical guitar. I have 2 acoustic guitars.
That'll
So
work.
Okay, great. Good. All right. Tell us about you, my friend.
So, my name's Josh Wong. I'm from Burlingame, California. I'm a
Nice.
applied statistics major at West Point.
Ah.
Yeah, doing the maths.
What are the chances that you? I'm just kidding. This is statistics.
on.
Don't try to ask me right now. I don't know. Where's the
So-
paper?
Yeah.
Bring out the paper.
Yeah,
And a pen.
We're on a weekend right
You
now.
need some mathematics.
pretty much. Yeah, but I guess I started on the Glee Club like it was a flyer. So when me and Armand joined the Glee Club, it was COVID. So we joined in
Oh.
2020, right? So music and like that wasn't really. It wasn't as big as
wasn't
it was
happening.
like later.
Yeah.
But one of the
Before.
people in my the next CIC of the Glee Club, Maggie O'Neill, she was the CIC and she was in my company, and I think she put a flyer up that I found with like a QR code, and I just took a picture of it, I sent in an application, and then all of a sudden I got an email, and I ended up showing up.
You're in.
Yeah, and then it was crazy too because I don't have any experience singing or anything before
wow.
I came here. Yeah, it was. I think I wrote on my application serenading the inside of my 2001 Toyota Camry. That's my experience. That was
She's
the
like
only-
hired.
That was the only thing. Yeah.
Section leader. You're in.
Exactly. But, yeah, it was
That's awesome.
definitely, and it was weird because we have this thing called authos. I don't know if you're tracking it. It's essentially everyone has to drill like during like certain times, like the day after class and stuff. But authos means that your club takes priority or your sport takes priority. And I heard Glee had really good authos. So like
So it gets you out of drill.
Like
Drill and
grading,
company
yeah.
athletics.
Because
and
we're at
all
like
of
every
that.
other West Point event.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and the idea
Sorry, I
is
got Glee
like
Club.
It's not like we don't go. It's just like we're singing instead of marching around with a rifle. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so that was one of the reasons why I found out about a club. I just kind of threw an application in, and all of a sudden I was singing with a ton of other people, and I played music. Like I was in the band in high school. I played French horn.
Gotcha,
But I never sang to like read music and sang. So that was a big jump. And I think and every year I heard the nightcaps. I think the first time I was there, they did like a little performance, and I was like, that's cool. I want to try to do
dude.
that. And I think I tried out every year, and I finally they let me in. My junior year, so I think-
really?
yeah. So it took a couple reps.
We didn't
but-
let you, and you earned it, Josh.
Exactly.
right.
Yeah,
he
right.
always says
Appreciate
that.
it.
I always have to correct him. It's crazy.
But yeah.
You did
so
the work,
it
bro.
was a journey, to try to keep up with these guys, and they help me out every chance they get, and I'm always learning from them. So
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Jeez. No singing prior singing.
Oh, I did do a musical, my school musical. It was Mamma Mia. My friend bet me like $20 that I wouldn't try out. Like they didn't think I'd make it. I don't think I told you guys this story, but they didn't think I'd make it. I didn't think I'd make it because it was the middle of my one of my wrestling seasons. So I so my coach was so I eventually got on and I got one of the leads on accident. And so I'm just going to practice. And I come into my coach and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like, and I'm like, "Sir, I'm in the musical this year." And he's like, didn't hear the end of that, but that was my senior year of high school. So that's what helped me.
Did you get to perform it, or was that one of the COVID ones?
No, I got it was first semester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I performed
that's the only experience you need.
Yeah, Mamma Mia.
Seriously, I was the lead in Mamma Mia. You know.
Here we go again.
I did. I was never a theater kid, but I was not forced, highly encouraged to try out for My Fair Lady, and I was like, Mr. Birch, I'm not gonna have time because I got piano, I've got tennis, and he was like, well, what day can you be here? And I was like, I could be here like one day a week, and he was like, okay. And he calls me the next week. He was like, yeah, you're gonna be Higgins, and I was like,
oh my god, dang. I'm like, we'll schedule the musical around you.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Thank God we never performed it because I did not know any of Act 2 during Tech Week. So,
oh my god,
it was bad.
Yeah,
it was fun though.
A performance of Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella or something like that at my high school.
Nice.
And then the whole thing was like a disaster. Sorry to everybody who was trying to put that together. Emphasis on the trying part. And luckily we got saved by the bell of COVID.
Yeah.
Which is probably not something a lot of people say, but
right.
I think our opening day was like March 14th, and everybody went into lockdown on the 13th. I remember it was a Friday.
March 14th is my birthday.
Oh,
yeah!
Oh, wow,
literally.
Yeah,
the day.
Nice present.
Yeah, right. It's like happy birthday, me. Yeah, it was a wild year, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I was gonna be Conrad Birdie in Bye Bye Birdie.
Oh my word!
That was the only thing. Like I was in musical theater as a class, and they were just like,
"Nice.
All right, you're
yeah,
pretty much.
You know music."
Like, okay.
I only did 2. I was Linus and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Oh, great.
Wow.
I was Julio Frederico Juan Valenzuela Valvarez in Paint Your Wagon.
Wow.
They cast this little redhead freckle-faced kid as Julio. it was Slim Pickens in Grass Valley, California, so we didn't have a whole lot of choices. And then I played, I forget who I played in Grease, but I was the teen angel. Beauty school dropout.
Yeah.
So I had like other parts throughout the earlier of the show, but that was my thing.
To keep up the COVID trend, my school, Linmar, was doing a production of The Wizard of Oz, and I was going to be Scarecrow. As you can tell, that was a good casting. I obviously don't have a brain.
It's okay. You don't have to tell us.
Did you guys say you knew Irish Blessing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is that one? Would you guys be down to sing that right here, right now?
All right, let's do it.
Can we do it? Can you guys come on in? And do you guys need a pitch?
Oh yeah, an F I guess would be.
Oh, one of y'all have perfect pitch.
He does.
Ooh, I was hoping you'd be wrong. But no, he's not. He's right. All right.
May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain
just sound like a contrabass.
Yeah, dude, you were singing like an octave below.
Beyond me.
Awesome, guys. Man. So funny story about that as you're putting your headphones on. My quartet Midtown, we were in Ireland a year or two ago or so, and we were doing this like 10-day tour through all of Ireland, and we were performing at different places throughout. And everywhere we go, we were asked to sing like Irish Blessing, or we were in a pub, and it was kind of like this. But I never learned it. And throughout the entire tour, I still never figured it out. I just kept making stuff up, and by the end of the tour, everybody else had it perfect, and I just never it just never clicked with me. So I was just always doing the wrong parts, and they never let me live that down. So
we were recording Over the Rainbow, and I could have sworn I was singing the right part,
You
but I
could
was
have sworn you were singing the right part. Correction. He's like, and I go,
swear I know the
Armand,
notes.
you're not singing that right.
It's like I promise,
let me pull
I
up the
know
sheet
it.
music. And then
Wrong.
piano
I
up
was
on
so
the phone.
wrong.
He proved himself wrong.
No, but when Irish Blessing was actually the audition piece we did this year for all the members who were trying out.
Oh, nice.
And so what we did was we would do we did a sight reading, or no, before that we just had them do a minute of a prepared piece that they had.
Okay.
And then we brought in Irish Blessing, and we had them read the sheet music for a minute, and then we brought
kind of like a block and contrapuntal type thing. We like try to see if you can fit in.
And then we had 3 returning members sing the 3 parts that they weren't auditioning on.
Oh wow.
And then we wanted to hear how they blended and how they sight read.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Brian!
that's awesome.
During your audition, didn't I like tell you had a wrong note, and then you were like, "No, actually, you do," and I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
I see a recurring theme here.
That was
Funny.
the year before. I couldn't tell you what that piece. I don't remember.
I don't remember what it
piece
was either,
yeah.
but I remember being so
Was it-
embarrassed.
Was that the
Was that
was
just
it like
the-
smile a while?
Oh, it might have been.
Tell me that you're mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then our very first practice with Brian there, I like destroyed his iPad.
Oh, we were on the steps.
He
We were on the steps going into Washington Hall, the mess hall at West Point, and Brian and I were brand new members.
Yeah.
It was our first rehearsal. We were just rehearsing outside. We got sheet music and we were learning it. And Brian had his iPad. And we were.
I felt like I was really cool with my sheet music on my iPad.
Yeah.
And Armand, I don't even remember.
I was
how
like
it went.
stretching.
He stretched and then he just boom.
I just
slapped the iPad right out of his hand onto the concrete steps, and then you just heard.
It was dead. Yeah. So
me being the plebe, I'm trying to, I'm still trying to be like non-combative. So
you were so nice to me.
There was a storming phase.
It's okay.
I remember Brian. I was
okay,
like, Brian,
wrong.
please, like, I will replace your iPad. I'm so sorry. And he goes, No, it's okay.
Tears.
Internally. Yeah.
Yeah. So
My
I
mom
bought.
got me this before Beast.
I bought Alma's iPad so that he could give it to you, so you had something on short notice. But I felt so bad.
Jeez.
It's kind of funny. I gave you a nice
anyways.
warm welcome to the night.
Yeah, right.
What a welcome. High highs and low lows.
Yeah.
We're having
Yeah.
our nightcaps, like, get everything off your
Yeah.
chest now. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
We're here for you, Armand.
Thank you for coming to the nightcap support session.
What a therapy.
Have you guys heard of a chorus? It's a barbershop chorus, but they've done a ton of stuff called the Westminster Chorus.
Oh,
I've
yes.
seen
Yes,
some of
yes.
course.
Of course.
So all buddies of mine, they're one of the best choruses in the entire world. They've won the barbershop contest countless times. And anyway, one of their performances is my favorite performance of all time. It's my favorite chorus performance of all time. So I wanted to watch it with you guys. We can react to it, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's from the contest that year, and they won this year. But the song is called "It Only Takes a Moment," and the way they do it, their music, the musicality that they put into it, their interpretation, the treatment, the dynamics, it's just unbelievable. So we'll watch that.
Is this the one that's like it only
Yes.
takes a...
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I sing this in high school.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
takes a moment for your eyes to meet, and then your heart knows in a moment you will never be sure and strong. It only takes a moment to be loved a whole life long. I've heard it said, love must grow, that to be sure. You must be slow. Then I saw your smile, and now I listen to just my heart. That smile made me trust my
So locked.
So that psyched me out. I thought that was the end.
They had me for a second. Yeah.
That is all. That is all that love's about. And we'll recall when time runs out. It only took a moment to be loved a whole life long. To be loved.
That was amazing.
They're so good.
Yeah, I want to make a note on that. The glissandos that they have, the bending the notes there, they were unbelievably locked.
Oh, right?
One voice.
Yeah. It's because that is so difficult to do with a lot of
That's
people.
a large group too.
Get the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
interval.
To get the same interval at the same pace
And
speed,
timing and
that was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're unbelievable. Yeah. The kinds of things that they are able to do. And you can, if you look them up, you can go down a rabbit hole with Westminster, and their stuff is so incredible. And there's a ton of other huge barbershop choruses that have unbelievable performances as well. But that's kind of the hallmark of barbershop, is this unified sound, this really locked in, everybody's singing the same vowel, the same resonance at the same time, and the sync. And then, like you said, a whole section of men just sound just in perfect sync.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we love it. So tell me, what is like on the horizon for you guys as far as nightcaps go? Like, what are some of the things you've got coming up? And obviously, for people who don't follow the West Point, or not a part of West Point, how can people watch you guys? How can people see some of the stuff you're doing?
I guess I need to take charge on that. Never before have we been like, all right, let's start planning, like see what we actually want to do. It's usually just been an extension of the Glee Club. Like the Glee Club is somewhere, all right, the nightcaps are gonna sing in the middle,
Gotcha.
So first off, like the being able to talk to Sergeant MJ and about like the people we know and the people we run into. We've actually, taken these steps lately, which I'm happy of the guys for being excited to do those things and whatnot.
Heck
but
yeah.
For people, we're trying to get our name out there as well. So we do have a Instagram that you can follow us.
Follow at the Nightcaps on Instagram.
The Nightcaps,
The dot nightcaps.
The
So-
dot
Nightcaps.
Nightcaps.
KNIGH.
Wait, the dot
The dot
nightcaps.
Nightcaps.
Got it.
KNIGHT.
Okay, good.
CAPS.
It's new, so we don't have that many posts yet, but
Gotcha.
we're getting there.
It's getting there. And then west.point.glee club? Is that what it is?
Periods between all the words. But
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not on Instagram, so I just let Alex take charge of the page, and it's like whatever. I trust that whatever's on there is like it's fine.
It's good delegating.
It's
Yeah.
probably good, so you're not like doom scrolling through reels.
Yeah. Seriously.
If you go to our Instagram and you see stuff you like, go to the Glee Club Instagram, and by extension, the Nightingales Instagram is also, you can find them in the followers. But there's a lot more content there from not only just us, but the entire club. And so there's something for everyone there.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
a little further down the line, Belvedere, New Jersey. That concert went well. They do want us to come back. If you guys weren't aware of that,
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, write it down. Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah. So we'll be back there. It could be in the fall. It could be in the spring, which is always fun. Like those hometown concerts are kind of the bread and butter for the Glee Club too. Just being able to go represent and meet with people. Meet with like there was a high schooler there who was like, I really want to go to West Point, and so just being able to have those interactions with there and like meet a cadet in person is really good for those guys. We're also looking at the acapella competition.
Yeah, the ICAs.
Right? We couldn't do it this year,
nice.
unfortunately. But
Yeah, timing wasn't right.
yeah, we really wanted to.
Yeah,
Man, you know what you guys should do? So Midtown has, for the last 3 years, we've headlined and performed at a acapella festival called Sing Strong, which is down in New York City.
Okay.
Oh, great.
And it's a youth festival, and so they bring youth acapella groups from all over the country, and they come, and it's a 3-day event. But then what they also do is they bring in all these headline acts, these big acapella groups, and they put on concerts and shows and stuff. But then as part of the festival, there are these acapella competitions. So it's contemporary acapella. So like the Bright Lights type of a stuff where they've got everybody's on a handheld mic. They've got vocal percussion, and the sound system's unbelievable, lights, smoke, everything. It's crazy for every group. But man, it'd be sick if you guys were able to do that. Like participate in that competition and represent, like, because you're local. I mean, you're only an hour away.
Yeah.
And dude, people in New York, they would love to see you guys do something like that.
Yeah. We have what have we done in New York? I mean, obviously the Nets.
We would love to
thing.
do
Brooklyn
that.
Nets.
Yeah,
Before you
I mean,
pivot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pivot. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's okay.
yeah, no, my bad. I mean, it's like, yeah, people come out for stuff like that.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's just there's a lot of like specifically for us, since we're not just representing ourselves, we're representing the academy and the
Absolutely.
army. Like there's like extra red tape. We like kind of have to like dot our I's, cross our
Of
T's
course.
type thing. So
Dude, just getting you guys here.
exactly, I can imagine.
Right.
All the paperwork that was involved to get you guys here for this. So I can imagine being a part of something like that.
For any group or organization in New York or actually anywhere who would like us to come and perform, if you go to West Point or look up West Point and go onto their website and contact the PAO, the Public
Right.
Affairs Officer, you can ask them and you request them for the nightcaps to come and perform, and that'll start the process. So
Yeah.
for anyone who would like us to,
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude.
come sing.
Because we pretty much sing on like requests. Like when people
Yeah,
ask
for
us,
sure.
ask for us specifically, like
Right.
we're
Yeah.
able to come out, and we're just looking for requests, like chances to do that. So
Oh, heck
If we
yeah.
can
I
fit
think-
it in with
yeah.
like not just like our busy cadet schedules, but
Well,
also
the
the
Glee
Glee
Club
schedule.
schedule.
Like we're always
Exactly,
subject
yeah.
to like
Right.
if
That's
we're
right.
traveling somewhere, that takes precedence to just us going as a little group.
Well, and what many people may not know, obviously, because West Point is a college, and you're there getting a degree, and you're majoring and stuff. But in addition to all the academic stuff and the music and everything, you guys are also training to be leaders of soldiers. I mean, you
Right.
guys are all doing all the military stuff. Your summers are jam packed with crazy intense training, and so you're not just like in college partying, living it up, and you're not just in Glee Club just singing as like an extracurricular activity. Like you guys are literally, you're becoming the future of our military. And me as someone who served in the military for 20 years, and Emily who's still currently serving, the value of that and the sacrifice I know you guys are making. I mean, because these are most people your age, they're trying to go to college to get in fraternities, and they're
Right.
they're wanting to party, and they're playing sports, and they're doing all this stuff. And you guys chose to pursue a college education that involved the kind of training and military experience that's gonna, like you said, you committed for 8 years. 8 years of your life are committed for, right? And you're going to be. He starts crying. He's like, I thought about that. But
I wouldn't say gone.
give them the number.
not God, but I'm saying they're committed. I mean, you've committed to serve your country for the next 8 years at least, and you're going to be serving, leading soldiers and potentially going to war. And sorry, my daughter is crying in the background. And hey, David, if you can turn off that mic, that would be awesome.
She gets emotional
Turn off
about
your
that.
producer
About
mic.
Armand's commitment.
She's crying for him.
She's crying for the 8 years you lost that are gone, brother. They're gone. Your life is
Say
over.
goodbye.
No,
Gone is crazy.
You'll
no,
do
but
great.
I,
You have
just,
8
I
years
have
too.
such a respect for cadets because of that aspect of it. The fact that you guys gave up some of the most, for a lot of people, some of the most special years of your life in college, where people get to just explore and find who they are and party and do fun things. And you guys are training and crawling through the mud and doing the work and getting a degree at an Ivy League school, and giving of your time to really, really become the next leaders of our country. And I can't thank you guys enough for doing that. So
We like to think it's Ivy League.
I mean, it is. Hey,
Pretend.
look, yeah.
I think the advantage of being at West Point and having this trajectory, like you know what you signed up for, you know what you're
Right.
going into. People talk about us having a purpose
Yeah.
more than other people, which is really special to be driven, even to anything, and just have a purpose, something to strive for.
Yeah.
We know what it is, and,
Yeah.
and we can prepare ourselves. We get fit, we work out, we
That's right.
study hard.
I wouldn't have gotten
Um,
in shape if it weren't for West Point.
Yeah.
I was so lazy.
Josh,
So-
if you want to talk about since you're our PDO.
Oh, that's
the
right.
club,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to talk about what the club does every Tuesday?
Oh yeah. What does the club do every Tuesday?
So we have our, since the Glee Club you said gets out of like company athletics and stuff.
All right.
We have Tuesdays for our physical development days, so our Army PT days per se. So we kind of like split the group up into squads, and they kind of each do their own like workouts depending on what they're trying to work on.
Oh,
But
cool.
And he tries to get me to go on a run, and I always have an excuse.
Oh yeah, I got this
We
thing.
get him to go. He goes.
We might be the only choir
Yeah.
that I
That's
know.
mandatory
Works out.
sounds.
Yeah, mandatory.
That's
Some
awesome.
of the
Great for
workouts
breath
go hard.
control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Get the lungs big.
Man, that's awesome. All right, everybody hold up your mug. These mugs and this tumbler, these are your gifts for being on the show.
Thank
Hope
you.
you enjoy them. These were
so
created
much.
by a good friend of mine, Heather, who owns customquartetstuff.com. She makes unbelievable merchandise, and it's all custom. So
Wow.
listen, if you guys ever wanted to make some nightcaps merch,
Oh.
I'm telling you, she's the one. And she does anything. Literally, you'd be like, I want a keychain in the shape of an axe that says nightcaps rule, and she'll make it. She makes all custom stuff. It's amazing. So check her out, customquartetstuff.com.
We need a logo.
She's one of our sponsors. So you guys need she does logos
do
too.
need a logo.
She makes logos. I'm just
Wow.
saying, you guys need
That
to reach
time.
out.
Who's the artist?
That's you. You gotta get on
Deej, you're the artist.
I'll reach
Put it on the
out.
list.
I'll
He'll delegate.
You know it.
Well, guys, what I want to do now, the structure of this episode's a little different. Normally, we would have had you guys go sing in the middle of the episode, but we sang tags and we had you guys do Irish Blessing. But right now, we're going to cut to some of the performances of you guys. We want you guys to sing a few songs that you do in the Glee Club and in the Nightcaps, and we want to feature some of those performances. So before we cut to that, I can't thank you guys enough for taking the time to come and be a part of this and coming to share, your stories and how you got into West Point, how you got into singing, and what that's meant to you through your journey, struggling through classes and training and military stuff. And I know that singing is an outlet for all of you. And it's one of those things that kind of gives us that little extra boost, to endure the other stuff
Absolutely.
that kind of sucks and gives you stuff to look forward to. But you guys chose to do something that's not self-serving. It serves your community. You get to perform for people and encourage them and share, your talents with them. So thank you guys for doing that. And
Now-
we're big fans. So
KJ, really
Yes.
quick, we also have a thank you to you as well.
We're commandeering the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're taking over now. We've got our own gift to give. So if you're in the military, anyone who's in the military should be familiar with the tradition of a military coin. So it's our way of saying thanks to you, KJ, for letting us on the show. And we can, I don't know if we want to zoom in, but it says Glee Club, Centennial, and we've got Cadet Glee Club on the back. So
Oh man.
on this coin is the Glee Club motto. It says, "No fun without music, no music without fun." So KJ, thank you
dude.
so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
this
for
is
having
awesome.
us.
so
dude.
much.
And we think
Oh
out
my
of
gosh.
anyone, Midtown represents
Deserves it
that
the
motto.
most.
Honestly,
Honestly,
thank
reigning
you.
champs.
I'm
Let's
so
go.
glad you guys know who Midtown is. No, this is sweet, guys. I'll show it to this camera, this close-up camera. I don't know if it's in focus, but anyway, I'll post a picture of it.
Sweet.
Guys, this means a lot. Seriously, thank
Thank
you.
you.
And you saw our coffee table out front.
We did.
Yeah.
We've got
Yes.
Awesome.
coins are man. And when you're a musician in the army,
Oh,
you
yes.
get a lot of
Yeah.
you get a lot of
Yeah.
opportunities for those kinds of coins. So something like this really means the world to me. I appreciate you guys. So
Of course.
thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you. Thank
Let's
you.
go.
so
Let's
much.
cut to. We'll do some magical transition right now that cuts to you guys performing. So eat the chocolate cupcakes before you do.
Right.
Coat your throat in
Sugar.
buttercream and sugar. It'll be great. Trust me.
I've heard that one
Sound
before.
better.
Yes.
I've been living for the weekend. No, not anymore. Weekends that familiar feeling that the Friday's famous for. Yeah, I'm looking for some action, and it's out there somewhere. You can feel the electricity all in the evening air, and it may just be more of the same. But sometimes you wanna go where everyone knows your name. So I guess I'll have to wait and see. But I'm just gonna let something brand new happen to me. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Bright lights in the big city. It's alright.
touch that track, it turns into gold. Now everybody knows I've got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls go snapping at me. So everybody wants some resto magic.
That will blow your mind. Think of verse. Any verse I'll hypnotize you with every line. I need a volunteer. How about you with the eyes? Come on down to the front, sit right here now. Don't be shy. So come on, come on. Let's see the show tonight. Prepare to be astounded. No, no poster guy. You know I'm no Pinocchio. I never told a lie. She call me Mr. Magic, and I'm on cloud nine.
I've got the magic in me.
I got the magic, baby.
Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold.
Oh yes, it turns to gold.
Everybody knows I've got the magic.
Clap your hands, come on. Clap your hands. Clap your hands, come on. Everybody.
I've got the magic in me. No, this is not goodbye. I swear that I'm gonna change. No, baby, please don't cry. Oh, it doesn't have to end this way. 'Cause when I think of all the nights I've been alone, I get terrified. Please don't say goodbye. 'Cause girl, if you leave me now, if you're giving up and just walk right out, hey, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. Baby, if you leave me now, ooh, ooh, when did we lose our way? My whole world was unraveling now. Girl, it's driving me insane. There's no road worth traveling. Whoa. When I think about all of the nights you're gone, I get terrified. Please don't say goodbye. 'Cause girl, if you leave me now, if you give it up and just walk right out, hey, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. Baby, if you leave me now, ooh, baby, if you leave me now, ooh, ooh. Oh, I can promise if we parted, and if you left me broken hearted, every single night I think about you with someone else. Baby, if you leave me, baby, if you leave me now, oh, if you're giving up and just walk right out, hey, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. Baby, if you leave me now, girl, if you leave me now, if you're giving up and just walk right out, just walk right out, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. Baby, if you leave me now, ooh, baby, if you leave me now, whoa.
Whatever happened to those good old days? In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Now heaven knows, anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use four-letter words. Writing prose, anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today. When most guys today that women prize today are just silly gigolos. So though I'm not a great romancer, I know that you're bound to answer when I propose. Anything goes. Anything goes. When mothers pack and leave poor fathers because they decide they'd rather be tennis pros. Anything goes. Just think of those shocks you got, and those knocks you got, and those blues you got from that news you got, from those pains you got, if any brains you got from those little radios. So every night the Seth the Smart is indulging in nudist parties and studios. Anything goes, anything goes. They used to wear Victorian clothes, but now they all show silken hose. Heaven knows, anything goes.